There are so many politicians, but it's very rare. He is a true gem. He's one of us. Remember, you were talking about that. He's that politician. I think we need to take it seriously what he says. He's a uniter. He's one of us. Please welcome my brother Kid.
I really have to say, Rainey, that I consider myself kind of thick-skinned and crusty, but you really had me a little misty. And I'm so grateful that you talked in such a heartfelt way about what you have faced, because those of us who've been born here and never had to worry about the things that you worry about every day, we need to get a little bit of emotion associated with having to worry about whether or not you're going to have a roof over your head. And what I mean is, will you be in a detention ICE cell, or will you be in your home? Will you be in a detention center, or will you be home with your family? Yeah. And I tell you guys, we are only a few days in front of the observation of Martin Luther King's birthday. And I want us to plug into the fact that the human rights, civil rights movement, the vanguard of the March on Washington, and maybe you thought, man, I wish I was there to fight with those folks who fought the great battle for civil and human rights. Maybe you fantasize about fighting Hitler in World War II, or maybe you fantasize about being in the Civil War. Man, don't fantasize about none of that. Yes, sir. Because the battle is on right here, right now, right here, right now. I want to thank all the Make the Road awesome organization. Please give it up for them. Of organized labor. I see some SEIU shirts. And I want to thank you, because when you were willing to put your arms around our dreamers and let them know that they're not alone and that they're not by themselves, you are upholding the best vision of human rights advocacy in this country. I want to say thank you for doing that. And every one of you in this room saying, I'm going to be with Rainey. I'm with Rainey. That's why I'm with her. That is important. She needs to know you care about her, and you're not just willing to clap for her because we know you are, but you are willing to, I don't know, get arrested for her, show up and try to out there for her, you're willing to go down and express yourself for her. The commitment that we have to have, because it may feel like we're fighting over a dream act, or it may feel like we're fighting over a piece of legislation, but what we're really fighting about is the very direction of our country. Yes, sir. That's right. That's what it's all about. Would you rather have a country that really means and lives up to liberty and justice for all? Because he was a Mexican, born in Indiana, by the way. This is the mentality of the person. He starts out saying, we're going to have a full, complete ban on Muslims. There's no doubt about what this guy is. It's not extreme or even unreasonable to say that he is a racist. Yes, and guess what, my friend? He's actually good with it. Yes. He doesn't have a problem with you saying that. He's like, yeah. What? What of it? I'm telling you, he never gets sensitive about being called that. He gets sensitive about other stuff like his hand size. He does not get sensitive about when we accuse him of bigotry. He is all right with it. He is all right saying that the KKK and the neo-Nazis are the same as the people who protest them. He is all right with David Duke endorsing him. You remember he acted like David who? No, we remember that. We remember. So the question is not whether, I mean, we got to get over the shock that the president is actually a racist white supremacist. He is that, you have to accept it as a fact, that's what's going down. Now the question is, what are we going to do about it? That's the question. That's the question. Now let's get you can count on me and the Democratic caucus in the House voting for a Clean Dream Act. That's right, a Clean Dream Act, and we got it. There cannot be one single politician. They're saying they want to end family reunification. That's what that means, folks. That's what that means. So no, we like families coming together. We have family values, right? We believe in that. We believe in that. And I love my family, and I know you love yours, and we want to rejoin families together. But we've got to win the argument. We've got to win the case. We've got to get all over this state, all over this country, and convince all Americans that we are better together and that immigration is part of what it means to be an American in the first place. Everybody in this country, except for the new Native Americans, came here from somewhere else. Some voluntarily, some not.
Say so.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
As was famously said, we may come here in different boats, but we're in the same ship now. And so the bottom line is, we have to fight together, we have to stick together, and our unity is our strength. You know, there was a famous king who's been on my heart a lot these days. And he famously was in jail. And you know, after you're in jail a while, sometimes you get into conversations with your jailers. Any of y'all who ever been arrested protesting, been in jail a few days, start talking to the jailers? How you doing, Sam? I'm okay. I mean, this, you know, if you've been in jail, you know what I'm talking about. And I have been. And so, you know, he asked the guy, he said, you know, how much you make jailing us, keeping us behind lock and key? And the guy told Martin Luther King how much he made, and Martin Luther King said, man, that ain't enough to keep your family going. He said, that's true. We got to do vegetables in the backyard, or we would be without. He said, you know, you might be the jailer and I'm the jailee, but you need to be marching with us Negroes. Yeah. That's what he said. He said, the same forces that oppress us are the same forces that keep you down. Yeah. You think because you got the key and I'm on the other side of this jail cell that you got more power than me, but neither one of us can afford to pay the bills for our family. We've got to understand that this division around race and this division around our religion, this is an artificially imposed thing to keep us thinking that we're not one human family. We have got to fight through this stuff and create true human solidarity. Now, I'm not saying that we can't be proud of who we are and our heritage and all that, and I'm not saying that our histories are not different. I'm saying that at the end of the day, we're one human family. Yeah. The scientists will tell you that. And the only way they get us to fight each other is that they convince us that we are different. But we've got to fight through that, and we have got to come together. When he says white supremacy nationalism, we say human solidarity for all. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Now, I know some of y'all are like, hey, I'm black and I'm proud. Me too, for sure. I'm not saying that you should give up who you are. Right. I mean, your culture is beautiful. The history, the culture, the food, everything, we love it. We learn from each other, and we bask in the glow of each other's culture. Teach me about you. I want to tell you about me. But at the end of the day, it really is a matter of human solidarity. And it can't be the case that only the DACA kids, only the dreamers are fighting for the dream. Right. All of us, whether you're born here, 14 generations, you got to be on their side. You got to be with Rainey. If your people came in here in 1742, like-minded, not voluntarily. I'm telling you, if you are a man, you can't let the sisters fight this sexual harassment thing. You gotta stand up. Oh yeah, tell me how y'all make out. Get back to me on that. No, we're in it. We gotta be in it. It can't just be black people and Latinos fighting racism. We need our white brothers and sisters saying racism degrades all of us. We gotta find the words for it. We have got to find a way to have each other's backs all the time. Now, I'm here as Deputy Chair of the Democratic National Committee, but I'm not here trying to sell you on the next election or my party's better than their party. No, we're talking about value systems right here. Parties, y'all know that the Democratic Party before 48 was the racist party. You know, let's just be honest.
That's right.
Let's not make up any myths. Let's just tell the truth. And when Hubert H. Humphrey got up there and he said, we are at the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia, he said, we're going to walk out of the dark shadow of states' rights into the bright sunshine of human rights. Yes. Those bunch of Southern Democrat racists got up and walked out of the convention and walked into something called the Dixiecrat Party, then walked into the Republican Party. And been there ever since. That's right. I'm telling you that I am a Democrat today because the Democratic Party is the party that says we welcome our Muslim brothers and sisters. You saw 7 Muslims speak at the Democratic Convention. Who saw Khazar Khan and Ghazala Khan up there? Who saw that? Who saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up there? You know, the Democratic Party is the party that says that we're going to stand for women's rights, pay equity. We're going to stand for women's right to choose, and we're going to stand for increasing not just the minimum wage, but we got to have a livable wage. Yeah. It is the Democratic Party saying that we want to fight for the right to a voice on your job. It's the Democratic Party that is fighting for immigration reform right here, right now, and is rock solid, demanding that we have a Clean Dream Act to vote on. So it's not a matter of me just trying to sell you just on a party, right? When the Democratic Party's wrong, say they're wrong. How else do you expect them to get right? You think they're going to get right just based on hope? No, you got to hold them accountable. You got to hold us accountable. Because we're not trying to be popular, we're trying to be right.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, in my opinion, the Democratic Party is not really for only Democrats. It's for the American people. It should be. It should be a body of people fighting for a shared set of values that lifts up the dignity of working people of all colors and backgrounds. That's what it really should be. And I'm telling you, if it is a human institution, it is a flawed institution. But the way that it gets better is you don't beat us down, you beat us up.
Yes.
Up. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it is groups like Make the Road that inspire us to be better.
Yeah.
We need you to keep doing what you're doing. In the next few days, we're going to have some difficult days ahead. They just did an ice raid over there in Hellertown at the 7-Eleven. Think about that. As you think about what you heard from our dear beloved Sister Rainey, think about other people who have to deal with just being on the job, and then here come the ICE people. Now they got to run and hide and hope that they can make it home for dinner tonight so they can feed the kids. In Minnesota, they did a big raid at the Postville in Iowa, and the kids came home from dinner, but mom and dad was in the ICE detention. This is inhuman. We cannot have a second-class citizen group in our country. We cannot have a group of people who live in the shadows and live in the fear. We got to say everybody walks into the light. And I'm going to ask you all a question. Have you ever heard of an undocumented corporation? Because the corporation goes back and forth across the border as it pleases.
That's right.
You know, the corporation says, oh, we can shut down here in Pennsylvania and open right on the other side of the Mexican border, and we can cut their pay, reopen, hire these people at 5%, no environmental protection, no human rights, no labor rights, and we can make a bundle. And then we can tell those Americans that it was the Mexicans who took their jobs. And we should build a wall. Oh, and then get the contract to my friends. Who might just remember that I'm the one who hooked them up down the line. You understand what I mean? This is a big, fat, ugly scam, y'all. Undocumented people are people who have not been given a paper, so give them some paper. And you know, I'm gonna tell you, it's often said, you know, people say this, I always try to tell them, you know, I'm not feeling that too much. But somebody said to me, well, you know, the Dreamers came here at no fault of their own. I said, you know, their parents might have been fleeing from some outrageous and unfair policies that our country must contribute to. Don't be surprised, Brother Keith says the Pledge of Allegiance from his heart. But I don't think that everything my country's ever done is exactly what I would have it do.
That's right.
I would not have my country train people at the School of the Americas and send them down to El Salvador. I would shut the place down. And one thing I for sure would not do is after Salvadorans run here because of the hell that was created down there, tell them, get out. That just happened, 200,000 strong. We gotta fight for our dreams, we gotta fight for these Salvadorans too, and these Hondurans, and these Liberians, and the Haitians. I'm gonna tell you right now, Minneapolis is gonna be in tough shape if we kick all the Liberians out. You know why? Because if you go to a nursing home caring for senior citizens, nearly all of them are Liberians or Haitians. These folks are embedded in our community. They're our neighbors, they're our friends, they're our spouses. Right? These are people that are our people. And we ain't gonna let them go out like that. So let me just tell you very, very, very simply that the Democratic National Committee has changed its mission. We're no longer a party whose job it is to elect a Democratic president.
That's right.
We are fighting for candidates up and down the ballot. We are no longer a party that only cares about the election. Because if all you care about is the election, then you only come around when the election comes up. And after the election's over, then you're gone until the next. And then people get to thinking all you care about is the election. No. You know what's more important than the election? What happens between the elections. Because between the election, we get health care or we don't. Between the election, we get immigration reform or we don't. Between the election, we get common sense gun safety laws or we don't. And we have got to create a model of co-governance where nobody elected thinks that they're going in there to do whatever they want. There are lines of accountability that we all have to have. And make the road works to help you get elected. You better believe they're going to be asking you questions if you start going the wrong direction. Am I right? Accountability. But it's co-governance. It's about governing together. It's about when I'm in office, I go back to people like you and say, look, we got a vote coming up. What do y'all think? We think this, and this. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to need you to write some letters to show up at the rally, to come to the meeting, and we're going to do this thing together. That's got to be our new model. We created that model. We're saying that going to rich people and asking them for millions of dollars to spend millions of dollars on television ads is dumb. We're saying that we got to go build a face-to-face relationship with your neighbor. What about that? Somebody has asked me, what's the message of the Democratic Party? Go knock a door and build a relationship with them. Anybody who wants to debate George Lakoff with me, go knock 10 doors, then I'll make time for you. You know what I mean? So let me just say, you guys, and I mean this, I love you. I mean that, and I tell you that. And let me tell you why. Because because you inspire me, man. Anytime them people start getting up under my last nerve, I see you in your passion, your fight, your desire for the best of this nation. I see you in all your colors, all your cultures, all your diversity. But I see you unified and having the best interests of each other, first and foremost. I see inspirational young people and old people. Y'all know with this tax deal, they're going after grandma's Social Security. You know that, right? You know, we fight for Rainy today, you're going to be fighting for Mr. McKillicuddy tomorrow. Believe that. And so, I just want to wrap it up here and let you know how much I deeply, deeply appreciate you. Marat, we're going to get the votes that you said we need, brother. We're going to fight for those votes, and we're going to, and you know who's going to turn Minnesota? You know who's going to turn Pennsylvania blue?
Lehigh
Valley.
Valley.
We are. All of you. Right there. Thank you very much.